Alright everybody, it is just another Manic Monday. Monday, July 15th is the date. And we are replaying in the rotation. Takes us to, remember last week was APA in the 1941 All-Star Game. This week takes us to Payoff Pitch. So we're back to Payoff Pitch. It's a game between the Milwaukee Brewers and the Pittsburgh Pirates, played July 15th, 2018 at PNC Park in Pittsburgh. Go through the lineups very quickly. These are of course the as played lineups. Pittsburgh won the actual game 7-6, and I believe it was a completion of a 5-game series sweep, but don't quote me on it. All right, for the Brewers, Kane in center, Yelich in left, Aguilar at first, Travis Shaw at third, Saladino at short, Hernan Perez at second. Brett Phillips just got called up. It's his first game. He is in right field. Eric Kratz is catching, and Ulish Shakeen is the pitcher for the Brew Crew. For the Pirates, Corey Dickerson's in left, Starling Marte is in center, Gregory Polanco in right, Elias Diaz is catching, Colin Moran at third, Josh Bell at first, Josh Harrison at second, Jordy Mercer at short, and Joe Musgrove on the mound for the Buccos here in this ball game. I'm going to keep the score sheet off to the side, and so what I've got here is some things maybe to help for those that are watching, since you can't see the score sheet. This is my innings counter. So I've finally made some use out of those old D20 cards that were with Stratomatic. So got 1 through 9 sitting right here. Those are the innings. My base runners are going to be this little pawn. So when somebody gets on base, we'll do the bases and whatnot. And I've got the fast action cards that's going to drive runner advancement. I'm still not that familiar playing with ID's updated charts and so forth. And I have a feeling most of you have not seen those or seen those in action that much. So I'm going to go back to kind of my old ways and just use the fast action cards to determine base runner advancement, defensive checks, and so forth. For steals, I am still going to use the jump table. So before the batter can steal, the runner can steal, they have to get the jump. So that's going to be part of that as well. We are, of course, at PNC Park. Joe Musgrove is the pitcher. Lorenzo Cain is going to lead us off. And I'm rolling on my little dice tray here. Try to cut down some of the sound. And hopefully you'll still be able to see everything. I tried to do a little test run before I set this up to make sure everything was in camera as best it could be. So this is it right now. This is as good as it's going to get for the moment. So we'll see how it goes. But again, welcome to Manic Monday. Hopefully your lunch is going well on this Monday, and hopefully this is a nice diversion from it. All right, so leading things off is Lorenzo Cain against Musgrove, and here we go. We get a 2 right off the bat. A 2 is a defensive check. So we go to the defensive check, and we're looking for an error on the third baseman. Well, the third baseman for Pittsburgh, in this case, is Colin Moran. He's a error rating of 5, which is the best you can have. And a 5 says a 1 to 38, it's an error. Well, that's a 27, so he made the error. Let's see if it's a 2-base error or 1-base error. It is 2 bases. So how about that? A 2-base error on Colin Moran starts us off. E5 right off the bat. And Lorenzo Cain is at second base. So with nobody out, Lorenzo Cain's aboard at second base for Christian Yelich, MVP from last year, also having a really good year this year. We get a 3, which is in play 70. In play 70 against a righty, way out of range. 70 is a ground ball to third, and so the runner's going to have to hold at second base. And that's 1 away. And that will bring up Jesus Aguilar, first baseman. 6 and a 08. 6 is in play. That's not good for the pitcher when you get a low in play result. In play is a double right there, so you don't even need the cards for runner advancement. We know it's a double when we know the runner from second is going to score. It's an unearned run, and it is 1-0 Brew Crew right off the bat. 1-0 Brew Crew. Aguilar is on second with 1 out for Travis Shaw, third baseman. Get an 8, and 8 is tough. Tough 43. Tough 43 for Travis Shaw is going to be a base hit right there. Tough is a base hit. Now some people play it. A single off a tough is an automatic only 1 base advancement. But I don't play it like that. I'm going to play it by the cards. So the card tells us On a single, runner advances 2 bases, runner on second scores. So Travis Shaw will score. It's 2-0 Brew Crew. So 2-0 Brew Crew with 1 out and a runner at first for Tyler Saladino. And Musgrove getting roughed up a bit here in the top of the first. A little manic Monday for him. Here's Saladino. It's an 11, which is in play. 93, that's well out of range. 93 is a fly to left. And there's 2 away. So 2 gone, and that'll bring up Hernan Perez, second baseman. To 2 again, which is defense. So we're checking the defense. It's an error again on the third baseman. Error check on the third baseman. Again, he was a 5, which means a 1 through 38 is an error. That's a 41, so he will make the play. And the inning is over, but 2 runs come across the plate for the Brewers, and after half an inning of play, it's Milwaukee 2 and Pittsburgh just coming to bat. So how do you like that? Musgrove a little bit perturbed, but guy who's loving it here is Julio Shaquin as he gets a 2-run lead to work with. He'll be facing Corey Dickerson, left fielder, to lead us off for the Pirates. The 10 and a 35. 10 is in play. In play 35 for Dickerson's a base hit. So Dickerson, when you have a high average like he does against righties, 302, those in plays can, get pretty significantly high. Low average, your in play is probably 20 or less, but he's got up to 49, so he's good to go. Don't think he's much of a threat to steal. Down 3-0 or 2-0. Might not want to steal right away anyway. I might want to let the bats try to do something here. Here's Marte. We get a 5, which is patient, and an 0-4. That's a walk. So Chacin, not able to stand the prosperity of having a 2-run lead, has now put the first 2 runners aboard with nobody out for Gregory Polanco. 10, which is in play, and a 15. In play 15 is a triple for Gregory Polanco. 14-16 is a triple. So we got a tie game just like that. The Pirates storming back. Polanco hit one into the gap for a 2-run triple. We are all tied at 2 apiece. And guess what? There's still nobody out. So Brew Crew in a little bit in trouble here. Gonna play the infield in. Here's Diaz. It's a 4, which is patient, 79. Out of range, 79 is a fly to center. Now, is it a sac fly? That's the question. His out was on a patient result. So I believe the chart may say something about that, or I could look and see what the fly ball is on the fast action chart. I'm going to look at what it says here on this fly out result. It says patient, runner on third may attempt to score using coach's choice. Okay, so if I want to use coach's choice, I could send Polanco. Keep in mind there's nobody out, so he would still be at third base with only 1 out if we held him, and that's what we're going to do. Diaz with that fly out to center field. And Kane's got a pretty good arm, so I'm not going to test him. They're going to leave it up to Colin Moran, who's still only 1 out, runner at third. Colin Moran got a 7 that's in play, 22, and it's a base hit for Moran. That will bring home Polanco. And the Pirates have fought all the way back to now take a 3-2 lead here in the first inning. So a lot of fireworks here early. So much for a pitching duel. Here is Josh Bell, speaking of fireworks. 9 is tough, 60. That's out of play. 60 is a ground ball to first. And with 1 out, that could be a double play. However, that's a 9. His double play rating is only a 7, so it's not going to be. It's going to be a fielder's choice. 3-6. 3-6 fielder's choice for out number 2. Josh Bell will take over at first base with 2 down for Josh Harrison. So go from one Josh to another, and I'm not joshing. 7, that's in play. 26, that's a base hit for Harrison. So Harrison gets the base hit. Josh Bell, his run rating is a 6. And I'm using the rule with a 2 outs and a run rating of 6, you get 2 bases automatically. So Josh Bell will take third. So now runners are at the corners with 2 down for Jordy Mercer, the number 8 hitter in the lineup. Chacin in trouble here. 10 is in play, 34 though. In play 34, that's a base hit for Mercer. So how about that? Mercer singles. That will bring home Bell. 4-2 Buccos. Harrison, does he run as a 6? Yes, he does. So he's going to go to third. So again, runners at the corners, and we're down to the pitcher. Joe Musgrove, he's using pitcher hitting card number 5. 7, which is in play, 67, but 67's out of range. Ground ball to second, handled by Perez, but the inning's over. They send 9 to the plate, 4 of them score. And at the end of one complete inning here in Pittsburgh, it's Pirates 4 and Brew Crew 2. So pitcher is looking to bounce back here after the rough first inning for both sides, really. Now Musgrove's got to love it, having that lead. But now he's got to do something with it. He's got to hold on to it. Here's Brett Phillips, and Brett Phillips just got called up. He only had 22 at bats, so he's not in the main set. So I did print him off, and that's why his card looks a little different. But he does have a card. It's not. He doesn't have the splits. When they do the extra cards, they just rate them one-sided. So no worries about lefty or righty. 7 is tough. 14, tough 14. That's a strikeout no matter if it's lefty or righty. So Phillips is gone. I'll bring up Eric Kratz, number 8 hitter. 3 is in play, 37, and that's a base hit for Kratz. So Kratz with a 1-out single. That will allow Chacin to bunt, and his bunt rating, let's check the bunt rating here. Check the sacrifice chart. You know what? I'm just going to use the card for that. So let's check his bunt rating. His bunt rating, where'd it go? His bunt rating on his card, he is an A bunter. So A bunter, really good bunter. So we'll check the flip of the fast action card. It is a sacrifice hit to the first base. Whoop, can't see it up there, can you? Sacrifice hit to the first baseman. So sacrifice successful. Josh Bell will just tag out Chacin himself. 3 unassisted on the sacrifice for out number 2. Kratz is at second now with 2 down. And it's going to be up to Lorenzo Cain to keep it going for the Brew Crew. Cain reached on an error and scored his first time up. 4, that's ballpark. 94 though, so that's an in-play result on PNC Park. So we'll go to Cain versus a right-hander in play. And we get a 50. 50 in play. And that's a base hit for Cain. The last number in his safe range right there, 50. That's a base hit. And the runner Kratz, what is his run rating? His run rating is only a 4, so he would not score automatically, but we will check the fast action card and see if he scores or not. Run on second scores, so it was in the gap enough that he would score anyway, even without that automatic 2-out boost. So that cuts the lead to 4-3 on the RBI single from Lorenzo Cain. And back come the Brew Crew. So here's Christian Yelich. Grounded to third his first trip. 2 down. Musgrove trying to get out of this. 6. In play, 85. He'll do it. In 85 will fly to center. It's going to end the inning, but a run comes across for the Brew Crew, and they cut the lead to 4-3 as we go to the bottom of the second, and Chacin will try to have a better inning this time than he did last time. He's on a short leash. Dickerson to lead it off. It's a 9, which is tough. 16, that's a strikeout. So much better result that time for Chacin. Gets the strikeout, 1 away. Brings up Starling Marte. Marte, a 6 is tough. 77. 77 to fly to center. So 2 up, 2 down. Maybe Chacin has settled in. And here is Polanco. 7, which is in play, 91. That's well out of range. 91's a ground ball to second. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Chacin, and much needed by the Milwaukee right-hander. Needed that. So at the end of 2 complete, the score is now Pittsburgh 4, Milwaukee 3. And we will go to the top of the third. Musgrove back out, facing Jesus Aguilar. And Aguilar doubled, an RBI double his first trip. See what he can do this time. get a 9, which is in play, but it's an 82, which is a fly to center. Handled out there by Marte, one away. Here's Travis Shaw. He singled his first trip up. 10, patient, 65. That's going to be a walk. So Travis Shaw draws the 1-out walk. He's not really a threat to steal. He stole 5 bases on the year, was caught twice, so they're going to hold him up. They got Saladino and Perez to try to drive him home. 4 is ballpark, 82. That's in play result, so we'll go in play to Saladino. And we get an 84. In play 84 is a ground ball to short. Could be a double play. And let's go back to our original roll, which was that 4, because we're on the ballpark. So we got 4, and that double play will happen. It is going to be a 6-4-3 double play. So 6-4-3 double play ends the inning. And if you're unfamiliar with the double play rules in payoff pitch, you take the total of the 2d6s, compare them against the double play rating of the batter and the pitcher. And if they're both less, if this roll is less than both, it's a double play. His double play is a 5. His double play is a 6. We rolled a 4 originally, which got us to the ballpark chart. So we use this 4, and 4 is less than both the 5 and the 6, and that's where the double play comes from. So 6-4-3 ends the top of the third. Nothing doing for the Brew Crew. We go to the bottom of the third, and for the Pirates, it'll be catcher Diaz to lead it off. Flew to center his first trip. 7 is in play on 11. That's going to be a base hit. So Diaz with the leadoff single. He's definitely not a threat to steal. He didn't steal any bases all year. Was caught once. Colin Moran, he singled his first trip. Race on the fielder's choice. 6 is tough. 14. That's going to be a strikeout. So 1 away for Josh Bell. Bell, his first trip, reached on a fielder's choice and scored. That's an 11, which is ballpark. 14, that means it's in the wheelhouse. That's not good. Good place to be. Not good to put in Josh Bell's wheelhouse. 1-35 is a home run. I actually thought it'd be higher than that. But he only had 13 home runs last year. I thought he had more power than that, but I guess not. 55, and a 55 in the wheelhouse is still going to be a base hit. So that's a single. And let's check Diaz and see if he can get an extra base. Runner on first advances 2 bases. He certainly does. So Diaz goes to third. Runners are now at the corners with 1 away. Chacin has to bear down facing Josh Harrison. Infield looking for 2. 8 is tough. 66, he'd like a strikeout. Won't get it. 66 is a fly to right. Now the question is it a sac fly? It's a fly to right, sac fly. Diaz doesn't run very well, though. He's only he has a run rating of 6 as a catcher. That's kind of surprising, actually. So let's look at the result. The result was tough, was it not? Yes, it was. So we go to our fly ball. Let me go back to my fly ball chart, which I had out recently. Here we go, fly ball. Tough, all runners hold. So that's what I'm going to go by. Kind of a mishmash of rules here, but it's kind of just doing a little hybrid. So fly ball, he is out of there, and the runner has to hold. So it wasn't deep enough to score Diaz. 2 down for Jordy Mercer. Mercer, RBI single his first trip. 6 is tough. 28, that's a strikeout, and the inning's over. So Chacin gets out of that mess. And at the end of 3, it's still Pirates 4 and the Brew Crew 3. As we head now to the top of the 4th. Top of the 4th we go. Musgrove back out, facing Hernan Perez to lead things off. Hernan Perez. Get a 5. 5 is tough. 53. That's a base hit for Perez. He fought that tough pitch off for a base hit. So Hernan Perez reaches. That'll bring up Brett Phillips. And his first trip, Brett Phillips struck out. It's a 7, which is tough. 14, he's going to strike out again. So Phillips 0 for 2, his in-season debut auspicious. Eric Kratz. 5 is tough. 56. 56 is a fly to right. That's 2 away. And then I'll bring up the pitcher, Chacin, off pitcher hitting card number 5. That is 6, which is in play. 15. Might get a hit out of this. He certainly will. 5 to 22 is a single. That's a 15. So there's a base hit. Perez, let's see how he runs. He runs at a 5, so he does not get the automatic 2 bases, but we'll check this result. Only 1 base. Only 1 base. So let's put runners at first and second with 2 outs. But Chacin keeps the inning going. And that's going to turn it over to Lorenzo Cain. Chance to do damage. 10 is Patient. 63, he does it. Patient 63 is a double for Lorenzo Cain. That'll score at least 1, maybe 2. We know that Perez will score from second to tie the game at 4. Question is, can Chacin score? Chacin obviously doesn't run as a 6 or higher. He's obviously got less run rating than that. So we're going to use the card and see what happens on a double. Double, runners advance 2 bases. So Chacin will hold at third on that double by Cain, but we are tied at 4 apiece with runners at second and third. 2 away. Tie game. Here's Christian Yelich. First base is open, and they're going to walk Christian Yelich intentionally. They're not going to mess around with Yelich. He's 0 for 2, but he's due, so they're going to walk him intentionally to load the bases for Aguilar. 10, Patient. 94 is out of range. 94 is a fly to left, and the inning's over, so it worked to pitch around Yelich or to potentially walk Yelich. Holds the Brew Crew to 1 run. They do leave the bases loaded. And after 3.5, it's all tied at 4 to 4. And Chacin will lead Musgrove will lead off here in the bottom of the 4th. He's also hitting off pitcher hitting card number 5. That's a 6, which is tough, which is an automatic strikeout for pitchers that use that rating. So it's automatic strikeout. Doesn't even matter what the 2D10s are. It's a strikeout. So 1 away for Corey Dickerson. Oops. That is a 4, which is Patient 50. Patient 50, hit by the pitch, the last number in the hit by pitch range. So he gets plunked by Chacin and doesn't like it. But he's aboard. He'll shake it off. He goes to first with 1 out for Starling Marte. Looking for Parte. 9 is tough, and he won't get it to 17. He'll get a strikeout party and like it. And there's 2 away for Gregory Polanco. Chance for Polanco to do something. Polanco tripled in the first and scored and grounded to second. 12 is wheelhouse. 06, he's going to do it. That's a 2-run home run for Gregory Polanco, as Chacin got it in his wheelhouse. And that's going to just about do it for Chacin, as it's now 6 to 4. Bullpen activity going heavily for the Brew Crew. They're going to go ahead and let Chacin try to finish the inning against Diaz. 8 is tough. 74 is a ground ball to second. That's going to end the inning, but that's going to be it for Chacin. He will go 4 innings and give up 6 runs. So nasty outing for Chacin. Even though he was given a 2-0 lead to start the game with, it just didn't translate for him. So Chacin is out of there. And Musgrove now come in to start again the top of the 5th. His fatigue rating's a 6, so he's still good for 1 more inning, assuming he doesn't give up a bunch of runs. Travis Shaw will lead things off. And the Brew Crew, let's see who they've got in their bullpen. Pirates have lefty switch and a righty, so kind of hard to say how they're going to go with that. But it appears they're going to go to, let's see, going to go to Brandon Woodruff. So Brandon Woodruff will be the new Brew Crew pitcher. He pitched in 19 games, 1 save, 3-0, 3.61 ERA. So Woodruff is going to be the new pitcher, and I did check the lineups the rosters from this day. So through the MLB app, I've got all the exact rosters. So everybody who's in this game was on the roster. If you don't see them, it means they weren't on the roster. So that's the way we're going to roll with that. So So Travis Shaw is going to lead us off here in the top of the 5th against Musgrove. 8 is Tough 90, and Tough 90 is a ground ball to second. Handled by Harrison, 1 away. Brings up Tyler Saladino. Get a 3, that's in play 06. That's a base hit, just missed a double, but it will be a single for Saladino. His first hit of the game. He may as well get a hit. Everybody else seems to be doing that. Here's Perez. He's 1 for 2. We get a 7, which is Tough. 98. That's a fly to left. 2 down for Brett Phillips. He is struck out twice. 6 is in play, but it's a 79, so that's going to be a fly to center. And the inning's over. So Musgrove goes 5, so he does qualify to get the win. He is scheduled to bat 5th this inning, so if he comes up, they might pinch hit for him if his spot comes up in the lineup. Right now, it'll be Brandon Woodruff taking over for Chassin, and it was an ugly outing for Chassin. Only going to 4 innings and giving up 6 runs, and out of those 6 runs, all were earned. So that'll do something to your ERA. All right, bottom of the 5th. In fact, what I'll do is I'll flip this over to say we're in the bottom of the 5th. How about that? Not that that matters. Most people probably aren't even paying attention to that. But anyway, here's Moran to lead it off against Woodruff. 11 is Tough 69. Tough 69. Ground ball to short. And it's handled by Saladino for 1 away. Brings up Josh Bell. Reached on the fielder's choice and singled. Get a 6. That's Tough 99, fly to left, 2 down. That'll bring up Harrison, Josh Harrison. And Woodruff can go 2 innings of relief if need be. He's got a long rating there. 8 is Tough, 07, that's a strikeout. So Woodruff, 1, 2, 3 in the 5th. Go the Brew Crew. And we go to the top of the 6th. It is still 6-4. Favor the Pirates. Musgrove coming out again. Probably his last inning. He'll be facing Kratz, a pinch hitter for Woodruff. So much for him going 2 innings because his spot's coming up. So we get a pinch hitter for Woodruff. And then we have the top of the order. So let's see who the pinch hitter is going to be for the Brew Crew. They do have lefty Brad Miller. So Brad Miller will be coming on to pinch hit in the stead of Woodruff, and we'll need a new pitcher for the Brew Crew, and they're going to go to Corbin Burns. So Corbin Burns will be the new Brewers pitcher. 30 games, 1 save, 2.61 ERA, and 7-0 record. So Corbin Burns will be coming on to pitch in the bottom of the 6th. But right now we are looking at the top of the 6th, and the Brew Crew would like to get a rally going here against Musgrove. It's going to be Kratz to lead it off. He's 1 for 2. 9 is in play, 24. That's a base hit for Kratz. That's the way you do it. He's 2 for 3, and that'll bring up Miller, the pinch hitter. So Brad Miller, pinch hitter. Runner at first, nobody out. Musgrove, the bullpen is going for the Pirates. Let's see who's down there. They've got some activity down there. Stephen Brault, the lefty, and Kyle Crick, the righty. They're both down there loosening and could be coming in if Musgrove gets in trouble. 7 is Tough 48. Tough 48 strikeout, so that got him out of that. 1 away. 1 down as Miller fails as a pinch hitter. Back to the top of the order, Lorenzo Cain. And for Cain, in this game, he doubled his last time up, had an RBI double that cut the lead to 6-4, or to cut the lead to 4, tied at 4 actually before the 2-run homer by Polanco. All right, here's 7, which is Tough, and a 96. That's a fly to left. 2 down. Cain is out of there. Now here's Yelich. Musgrove to Yelich. Definitely be Musgrove's last batter, one way or the other, I think. 6 is in play, 76. 76 is a ground ball to short, and that's going to end the inning. So Musgrove goes 6 innings, and he would qualify for the win. Not a quality start. He gave up 4 runs, which is not a very good outing, but he got the run support he needed, and that's all that matters. So new pitcher is Corbin Burns for the Brew Crew. It'll be Mercer, and then a pinch hitter for the Pirates. So let's look at their bench, see if they got any lefties out there. They do. They have, well, they got a switch hitter. They don't have any lefties. They got a switch hitter, Max Maroff. So Max Maroff is going to pinch hit for Mercer, or after Mercer, I should say, for Musgrove. So Max Maroff pinch hitting for Musgrove here in the bottom of the 6th. So bottom of the 6th we go. Corbin Burns, his first action, facing Mercer. 10, which is defense, so that's a 47 there. See what the error check is, or range of the second baseman. So we're checking the range of the Brewers' second baseman. That is Hernan Perez. His range is a D. So a D is 1 to 63 would be a hit. That's a 47. That's a base hit. So Mercer snuck it by Saladino for a leadoff single. Already had the pawn in place, didn't even realize it from last inning. So that brings up the pinch hitter Maroff, Max Maroff. 8 is tough. 50 struck him out. So no bunt. They decided to hit away with Maroff and didn't pay off. So Maroff did not pay off. So here's Corey Dickerson. 10, defense again. This time it's the range of the center fielder Kane. And Kane has a range of A, which is a 1 to 32 would be a hit. Anything else is an out. That's an 82. So Kane up to the task. Kane, to pardon the pun, Kane was able on that play. And he was easily there to make the play. 2 down for Starling Marte. 8 and a 28. 8 is tough. 28 is a struck him out. So Marte strikes out again, and the inning is over. So 6 innings are in the books here at PNC Park. And the score is still Pittsburgh 6, Milwaukee 4. And we'll get a new pitcher for the Buccos as Musgrove's day is done. And that new pitcher is going to be Kyle Crick. So Lord willing and the creek doesn't rise, the Pirates will maintain the lead through 7 innings. So Kyle Crick facing Aguilar. Kyle Crick facing Aguilar, and it's a 6, which is tough. 74, tough 74, out of range. 74 is a ground ball to second. So Aguilar grounds to Polanco, 1 away. And that will bring up Travis Shaw. Shaw, 3 is ballpark. 34, left-handed batter. That's in the wheelhouse. So Shaw's wheelhouse, 1 to 86 will be a home run. So Crick might get a crick in his neck looking at this home run ball. And he does. It's gone. Travis Shaw, solo shot. And that will cut the lead to 6 to 5, just like that. So Crick may be drying up here. Here's Saladino. Saladino, we got a 5, which is tough. 29, and that's a strikeout. So 2 down for Hernan Perez. Lead is cut to 6 to 5 right now as we go to getting ready to go to the bottom of the 7th. Here's Perez. 4 is Patient 42. Patient 42 is a base hit, so the Brew Crew aren't done yet. So 2-out single for Perez. That brings up Brett Phillips, who's obviously struggled the entire game. 0 for 3 with 2 Ks. 8 is tough. He's going to struggle again. That's another strikeout. He's got the hat trick. The inning's over. So, but not before. I don't know why I put a 0 there. Just out of habit. Not a 0, folks. It's a 1. That's a home run from Travis Shaw. He's cut the lead to 6 to 5 as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning stretch time. No music, of course. And I think Crick has probably done his 1 inning, and he's going to be out of there. Now Corbin Burns, he's short relief too, so he's going to come out. Gregory Polanco is the leadoff batter for the Pirates. And they got a couple of lefties coming up, so we're looking at Dan Jennings from the Brew Crew. So Dan Jennings is going to come on and pitch in place of Burns, and he will just be pitching this 1 inning only. He's going to be facing Polanco, Diaz, and Moran, 2 out of 3 left-handed here in the bottom of the 7th. 6-5 ball game. And that'll bring up Polanco to lead it off. Nobody's on base yet. 6 is, kind of backwards here. 6 is tough. 21, that's a strikeout against the, I gotta remember to read off the left-hand side now, to lefty. 6 is a tough, and 29 is a strikeout. So Polanco out of there. 1 away. Here's Elias Diaz. 8, and 8 is tough. 16, another strikeout. So Jennings not messing around, looking more like Josh Hader with these strikeouts. Here's Colin Moran. We get a 9, which is in play, but it's an 84, well out of range. 84 is a ground ball to second. So 1, 2, 3 inning turned in by Dan Jennings. So he certainly did his job. And we go to the 8th here at PNC Park. Score still Pittsburgh 6, Milwaukee 5. So we'll get a new pitcher for the Brew Crew. I'm sorry, for the Pirates, as Crick went 1 inning. Coming up is Kratz, a pinch hitter, and then Kane. So mostly right-handers. And they will turn to, boy, who do they turn to out of their bullpen? They're going to go to Edgar Santana. Edgar Santana was 3-4 with a 3.26 ERA in 69 games. So Santana is your new pitcher. So Crick went 1. And now Santana is going to look to try to take the 8th before they turn it over to their closer in the 9th, Mr. Vasquez. Right now it'll be Kratz, a pinch hitter. So Jennings will need to be pinch hit for. And with a right-hander on the mound, they've already used their left-hander that they had. So everybody on the bench now, which is only 2 other guys, are right-handers. They've got Nate Orff and they've got Keon Broxton. So they're going to go with Keon Broxton to pinch hit. So Keon Broxton is going to pinch hit for the pitcher. But right now it is, and I'm doing off camera here, I'm just doing some bookkeeping here to make sure I've got everything in place. But right now it is Kratz to lead it off against Santana here in the top of the 8th. 6-5 Pittsburgh. 7 is in play. 75, that's out of range. 75 is a fly to center. Kratz is out of there. Now the pinch hitter Keon Broxton. And they really have nothing on their bench, folks. The only guy they got left on their bench, they got Nate Orff, who hit .095. And they've also got, I've already used Brad Miller, they've also got Jacob Nottingham, their backup catcher. He hit .200. So not a whole lot of options to choose from down there. Here's Keon Broxton. Oops, sorry about that. Keon Broxton, 5, which is in play. 42, out of range. 42 will be a ground ball to third. 2 away, 2 up, 2 down for Santana. Back to the top of the order in Lorenzo Cain, and now is where the damage can be done here in the top part of the order. 12 is in play. 84, and that's going to be a fly to center to end the inning. But sometimes those 12s are wheelhouse checks. That's when you got to really be careful. So nothing doing for the Brew Crew here in the top of the 8th. We go to the bottom of the 8th with the score. Still Pittsburgh 6, Milwaukee 5. And Santana's day is done. We'll need a new pitcher for the Brewers. Josh Bell will be the leadoff man in the inning for the Pirates. It'll be Bell, Harrison, and Mercer. And then if anybody gets on, a pinch hitter. So they're going to bring in Jeremy Jeffress. Jeremy Jeffress is on for the Brew Crew to face Josh Bell, switch hitter. Turn him around, bat left-handed again. And an 8. 8 is tough, 93, and that's going to be a ground ball to short. And if you look at Jeffress's card, Look at all those toughs he's got. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 spots that aren't tough. He's got 7 that are. So 7 of his potential 11 choices there are tough. So that's why he's got a 1.29 ERA. All right, so here is Josh Harrison. Harrison a 4. That's a ballpark check, but it's a 63, which is going to make that an in-play result, because in PNC Park, a 63 for a right-hander, you have to have a 1 to 28 in order for that to be a wheelhouse check. It's going to be in play, so we'll do a Harrison in-play check. And we get a 49. 49, it's upside down, it's kind of hard to read it probably, but 49 is out of range. It's a ground ball to first, and by Aguilar. So 2 up, 2 down. That'll bring up Jordy Mercer, and if anybody gets on, a pinch hitter. Mercer. We get a 10, which is tough. 23, that's a strikeout. Easy 1, 2, 3 inning there for Jeffress. And that's going to do it for the Bucks here in the 8th inning. So we go to the 9th. Score still 6-5. And we'll get a new pitcher in for the Pirates. It'll be their closer, Felipe Vasquez. Felipe Vasquez, formerly known as Felipe Rivero, but now is Felipe Vasquez. And he'll be facing the heart of the order, Yelich, Aguilar, and Shaw, 2 out of 3 left-handers. So it helps them to have a left-handed closer. But right now, Yelich, he can hit .337 against lefties, so I don't think he really cares one way or the other. So here we go, top of the 9th, 6-5 Pirates. Brew Crew trying to tie the game or take the lead. 8 is tough. 31, tough 31 against a left-hander is a strikeout. So Yelich down on strikes as Vasquez put a fastball right by him. So I bring up Aguilar now. He can do some damage. He hit 35 home runs on the year. 9, which is tough. 21, he can also strike out, which is what he did. So Vasquez, 2 straight strikeouts in a row. And here's Travis Shaw. He only hit .209 against lefties, .251 against righties, but they really have nothing on the bench, so they're going to have to stick with Travis Shaw. 10, which is patient, 77, and that's out of range. 77's a fly to center, and that's the ball game. Had it been against a right-hander, he would have doubled. Against a lefty, it's going to be a fly to center, and that is your ball game. The Brew Crew win it by the score of, the Pirates win it by the score of 6-5. They won the regular game, the real game, 7-6. So not that much difference. Only a 1-run victory for both sides. The real game and this game were 1-run victories. So there you have it. We'll look at the score sheet real quick, I guess. Don't know how clean it looks because I'm used to using payoff pitch score sheets for payoff pitch, but I wanted to go to the Baseball Sim Research because they had the lineups already pre-filled and all that good stuff. So there you can see it. We'll check the runs. We'll do while you guys finish up chatting, we'll do the hits for each team, just see what the final line score is. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 hits. 5, 11, and 0 for the Brew Crew. For the Brew Crew. For the Pirates, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's hit by pitch. Start again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9. I got him for 9 hits. Messy here. But anyway, final line score that I have is the Pirates 6 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. Brew Crew 5 runs, 11 hits, no errors. Winning pitcher was the starter, Joe Musgrove. He went 6 innings. Loser was Chassin, as he got knocked around in 4 innings, gave up 6 runs. And the bullpen for the Brew Crew pitched well after that, 4 shutout frames, but they were too far behind to make up the difference. So that's going to do it for Manic Monday. Payoff pitch in the rotation. I don't have the schedule in front of me, but going off memory, I'm fairly sure that next week it's going to be a replay baseball, but I could be wrong. But that's what I'm thinking it's going to be. So really doesn't matter what game we play on Manic Monday. It's just kind of a fun thing to do for Manic Monday, just to kind of try to break the monotony of Mondays and the downfalls of Mondays and how people don't like Mondays and got the feeling the Mondays and everything. So that's going to do it here from, let's get this thing off of here, the glare off of there. Can I get the glare off of there? That's the question. Probably not. Maybe like that. Is that the best I can do? Nope. So from PNC Park, again, your final score, Pirates 6, Brew Crew 5. Until next time, keep playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.